got Grace Sharkey back on the line again with us this morning, talking to Jake Elperin from Everett Transportation Systems about some exciting investments going on with Everett. Grace, welcome back, and Jake, welcome to FreightWaves Now.
Jake, thank you so much for being here with us today. I'm super excited about this news. It's a great partnership that you're going to be working with Cambridge. And really to start this out, I'd love to have you introduce yourself to our audience and a little bit about your background and how and why you started Everest.
Sure, Grace, thank you, and great for being here. I appreciate everyone taking the time. We started Everest about just over 6.5 years ago. Have been in my background, actually, I started over at Echo Global. I had a very successful, I think, career over at Echo. Learned a lot, definitely about the operations and the truckload markets. Essentially, a few steps along the way at Optimal Freight and custom companies. But the reason we started Everest is we felt like we could provide a better service and really take the world by storm with some innovation. And I think we've proven that. And it's great that we're able to announce with Cambridge Capital that they've invested into our company, and we're looking forward with them to continued and future growth.
Yeah, you and your whole team have just an array of really great background, right? We have time at Echo, so really interesting view of how to grow a brokerage, especially looking at more of like the Chicago model. Time at Optimal Freight, working with Gnome, and then even custom companies really gives you guys a great outlook on how to handle all different types of freight, no matter what the mode. So I was really excited to see that you have this really good group of leaders who have a great background for building a brokerage. And, it's interesting when talking with you about, your leadership getting to this point that I truly believe is possible for all brokerages, right? Like putting together this pieces, being able to get the business is one thing, but being able to scale a freight brokerage is a whole nother game. So I'm interested in how you guys reached the point where you started looking at opening the Kyiv office and the relationship that you already had built over there. Could you dive into why you looked at putting together this office overseas and how that was helpful towards your overall structure and overall growth and scale over time?
Sure, a great question. The reason we came about to opening our Kiev operation was one of my partners, Lev Krasnopolsky. He actually had this wonderful idea back actually when we were together at Echo, but it didn't materialize there. We always kept it in our back pocket, so to speak. And when we began to see the success at Everest Transportation Systems, we saw that it was very difficult for us to hire, given the fact that how highly competitive the logistics market is in the Chicagoland area. So we needed to think really outside the box. Both Lev and I actually hail from the old country. We were both born in the Soviet Union, former Soviet Union, and we actually had connections. Lev through his wife, he had a connection to Kiev, Ukraine, and he thought it was going to be a great idea. Hey, let's try it out. Let's try tracking. Let's try scheduling. Basic data entry over in Kiev. And little by little, we were actually pleasantly surprised at how dedicated and how wonderful and responsive our employees were over there. And we decided, hey, why not? Let's try different functions within our operation. Let's try billing. Let's try some invoicing. Let's try account management. Let's try carrier sales. And little by little, we were able to expand. And right now, we're actually about 160 people in our Kiev office who are just as, if not more talented than the people that we have in our Evanston office. And we've really seen tremendous growth as we're really developing something that's unique to the Ukrainian economy and also to ours as well. So.
Yeah, it's a really interesting way of handling a few problems when you're dealing with scale, right? So I'm glad that you touched on it. Being able to recruit out of Chicago with as many competitors as you have is a really tough market. So, you're able to look at a whole different group of people that you even have a common interest with. So that's really great to see. And then two, I know that you guys are really keen on the customer experience and being able to quickly reach back out to customers whenever there's a problem, or if they're, have freight available at later times in the day, that there's always some type of human element that can talk with your customers. And in order to do that at scale, it needs to be effective in a cost perspective, right? And this being able to outsource over to Kyiv is going to be able to let you guys control that customer service environment and also contribute to a growing economy and a huge group of skilled laborers over there that can help with transportation. Transportation isn't just a local job. It's happening all over the world. So I love that you guys are able to pull from that side and really offer that customer experience that you're looking to give to different industries. And particularly, looking at, Anheuser-Busch and a lot of these food and beverages, how have your customers really responded to the atmosphere you've been able to build?
I think they, frankly, I think they love it. If I could speak on their behalf, just for that. But I think honestly, the fact that we have so many people and so many dedicated professionals, also the time difference kind of works in our favor as well. I mean, we're able to provide service to our customers, and our response times are second to none to our customers. We always want to get in front of them. And to whatever needs they may have. That's one of the things that we're able to do and really provide a 24/7, 365 operation, especially by leveraging our Kiev office.
Yeah, so let's talk about this investment, right? We're working with Cambridge, one of the greatest logistics partnerships you could be in right now, and you're adding two really great minds between Ben and Matt to your board. What is the outlook for the future? What areas are you hoping to dive into a little bit more, and how are you hoping to lean on that partnership and having them a part of your team now?
Sure. We're very excited. First and foremost, I think you're absolutely right that they're great minds, especially in the logistics sphere. The one thing that really stood out is their technological know-how and experience in terms of implementing best-of-breed systems, and that's something that really stuck out. And we feel like that can take us really to the next level, improve our customers' experience, our service offerings to them, and as well as on the vendor side as well. Something that is absolutely and very important to us that did not go unnoticed, and we're really excited about that. They're also very much like-minded. They love the culture that we have built here, and that's something that's going to help us, as well as they're going to help us with initiatives in terms of growing our operation in Evanston, Illinois, and as well as in Kiev. They also are able to help us attract like-minded folk, but at the same time, people with a lot of experience that we can leverage and also improve our operation as a whole.
Love that. And, talking with you earlier, and Ben as well, your team was a big part of this decision for them to come on board. How has your team responded to the news that Cambridge is now a majority investor?
I think everybody's really excited. I mean, obviously, at first you have a little bit of a shock. I mean, it'd be kind of foolish not to admit that. But at the same time, I think everybody's really on board. They're really excited. A lot of our people have had a chance to meet Matt and Ben, and we're really impressed. And at the same time, they were really welcoming to both of them, as well as Remus, who also joined on a trip to Kiev, and as well as here in our Evanston location. So sky's the limit. Everybody's excited. It's very invigorating, right? When you announce something big, especially as this partnership is, and we feel that way. It's not really a culmination, but at the same time, it's more of a beginning. It's the next step, and it's really, really exciting, and we can't wait to take the world by storm.
I love that. And talking with Ben, he was very direct in when we're speaking with both of you and explaining how talking with your employees, how just thankful and a part of the culture they were, and how much of a difference they've seen, whether it's being a sales rep and now working with a company that's going to let them just stick to sales and not have to worry about the minutia that comes with a lot of sales reps when it comes to brokering. How have you been able to build this culture? If you were to leave our audience and the other freight brokerage leaders here today with some advice, what advice would you give them on building this type of culture and making sure that the people behind it feel just as part of the growth as your employees have explained to yourself and your investors now as well?
Sure, I think it's a great question as well, and I think it really embodies what we've tried to achieve here. I mean, look, we've all worked with somebody, under somebody. We've seen what works, what doesn't work, and I think what stuck out for us is the fact that you want to empower your employees. Namely, I mean, I know it sounds trite, but at the same time, it truly is important to give your coworkers a sense of belonging, a sense of purpose, and explain to them the idea of what everybody's trying to achieve. In our situation, is obviously we had to do it in Evanston and also in Kiev, and we were pleasantly surprised at the buy-in that you're able to get, as long as people are understanding of what you're actually trying to achieve and who you're working with. And when you throw out big names such as Anheuser-Busch, Nestle, Dollar General, things like that, people really start to buy in, and they understand, hey, look, I'm actually contributing to something real, not real companies in the world that everybody knows and hears, and you're actually able to work with them on a daily basis. It's rewarding, and you're able to actually improve their career offerings, and that's something that we take great pride in. As long as people are able to grow, expand, and look, they don't owe us anything, right? They don't owe us anybody anything by working with us. The key is make sure that people come to work, they enjoy work, they want to learn, and if they want to do that, and they're contributing, I think they're going to stay, and at the same time, they're going to grow, and I think it's a win-win. All goals are aligned.
Exactly. And, when you're working with the Chicago style model, I think a lot of times people might see different types of roles as maybe small, but there are really no small roles. It makes the whole thing tick. It's really what allows your company to grow and for the customers to receive that end service. And from our interviews, it sounds like your employees really understand that, and that you've made them all feel a part of a huge organization. And it looks like you guys are on track to hire about 500 people. So that's not a small feat either. Where can these hopeful recruits reach out to you? Where can shippers reach out to you to learn more about your company?
By all means, we'd direct them to our website, obviously, everest-ts.com. Or they can always reach out, give us a call. We're always there. We'll always answer. That's something that we pride ourselves on, and we look forward to anybody who wants to join us, or if anybody wants to work with us, we're more than happy. Come experience it for yourself. We'd love to show you what we're able to do.
Love it. Thank you so much, Jake. Congratulations to you and your team. Cambridge got a good one with you. And thank you, Kaylee, for having us both on this morning.
Kaylee, thank you very much. Grace, thank you again. Look forward to speaking with you soon.